See that right there, ladies and gentlemen? That's our sprint car for the 2024 season. Well, guys, I feel like I've been keeping secrets from you lately. I've been getting blown up about my schedule, about what my car's gonna look like, where we're gonna be heading, what's everything look like right now. So that is what we're gonna be talking about in today's show, and at the very end, I'm gonna be dropping my schedule. So to get this all started, I feel like I have some explaining to do. I was hoping this off season to have a little bit more content for you guys, because of course you're always trying to stay ahead of the game. Building cars, getting things ready, no one wants it to kind of come down to crunch time and you're trying to finish up. Like, you wanna have everything finished and then you wait around for your first opportunity to get on track and go. Well, unfortunately for us, that was not the case. And that was why you guys have not seen a lot of sprint car content like in January or in December, because I unfortunately didn't get my cars for this season until basically like a couple of weeks ago. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to just get to work. I feel like I'm so far behind, not having our cars here as early as we would have liked. Ideally, I'd love to have a complete car sitting here right now, wrapped and ready to hit the track with everything done, but sometimes that's not how life goes. So we're gonna work hard these next couple of weeks, get these things built, and get ready to go for a lot of races in 2024. I feel so excited, and I feel even more happy now because the cars are in my hands and it's time to get our hands dirty, and like I said, get ready to go try to win a bunch of races. And us getting the cars late, it wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just kind of like how the situation fell, and I'll probably have some more details on that exact story in probably a later video coming up. So finally, after doing about as much as we could here in the garage, getting everything else ready, we finally had a frame sitting here so we could start working, and at that point it was all hands on deck. My dad was here, of course I was here, and then even Carly came down with her foot injury and had her leg sticking up in the air and just was doing everything she could. So we got one car sitting here, and then a day later we got the second. So we just picked this thing up, car number 2 for the season, and we got to get it unloaded out of the back of the truck with myself and Carly. You get that side, okay?
Yeah, right.
So we were kind of working on them both side by side, just making as much progress as we could. Carly.
Yeah.
Are we having fun?
Of course.
Blast. So just about every day since these things have showed up, we have all been working our tails off to continue to build them from the ground up. And at the same time, we've been ordering parts, doing inventory, just gearing things up to run a lot of races. And then probably about a week and a half ago, we finally made enough progress to where we could drop an engine in our primary car. Just checking all of our U-joint bolts. These we torque extremely high to make sure, last thing you want to do is have a problem with the U-joint. That's what ends up damaging a driver's ankles. You see guys break stuff, sparks in the cockpit, things come apart. Not good. So you always want to make sure that your U-joint is 100%. See, look, look, it's already open. It's going down super. Look, it's already open, so you can't mess it up.
Just turn
you
right.
Have to just turn. Just turn left, really.
No, not left. You turn right to tighten.
Yeah, right to tighten.
Well,
you just
I think this is a great speed.
You just gotta go left really slow.
Yeah.
Really slow.
So
you can't screw it up. There's no way to screw it up.
Tomorrow?
Did a good car.
Thanks. I did it all with one leg.
You did not do it all.
I did it all.
I had all the ideas.
So that's kind of the update of cramming like the last 3 weeks into one video. But this car right here sitting behind me, my primary one, it's about 75% of the way done. With not too much more work, we'll have it just about ready to go. And then vinyl will be showing up in a couple of days, and we'll also have wheels to put it on the ground. And then our backup car, which won't have an engine in it, is just about almost as far along. So that is the current update here at Tanner Holmes Racing. Nothing fancy, just a lot of hard work and all of us feeling anxious and ready to go. Now it's time to talk about this year's schedule. So this is the part of the video where I sit down and I walk you through my entire 2024 schedule. I got it all right here on my phone, and as you can see, we got lots of scrolling to do. Now I want to remind you guys that this is a tentative schedule, and that means it can change at any moment. Now I will tell you, as it does change throughout the season, we will be keeping you updated right here on YouTube. We will be updating you on all of our other social media platforms. So it's really important. I can't urge you enough as you guys are planning what you're doing, as you're going through your summer. Please double check our schedule and follow along with us on all of our platforms so you can confirm that we're going to be at all the different races we're going to be as we're going throughout our own journey of 70 plus shows this year. All right, so we're kicking things off right here at the end of March, literally in just a couple of weeks, and we're going to be traveling down south to the great state of Texas to begin our year with the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. And that first show will be on March 22nd in Ennis, Texas at the Big O Speedway. And then on March 23rd, we will be in Lawton, Oklahoma at the Lawton Speedway. And then the following weekend, we are again with the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, March 29th at the Thunderbird Speedway and March 30th at the 81 Speedway. Then we move into the month of April, continue with Woo, and we're racing April 5th at US 36 Raceway and April 6th at the Arrowhead Speedway. So that is what the game plan looks like to start the season, as we literally have made our own schedule. I know for everyone was asking, Tanner, are you running with the Outlaws? You're running High Limit? Are you running with the Series? What are you full-time with? We're just full-time sprint car racers this year, and we're going to try to run as many shows as we can in the different areas we're traveling to. And the plan was we wanted to start our year off with this trip, so we ran April 5th and 6th there. Then April 9th, we head to the Riverside International Speedway with the High Limit Sprint Car Series, and then April 12th at Texarkana 67 Speedway, April 13th at the Texas Motor Speedway, April 14th at RPM Speedway. Then we have another midweek show with High Limit on April 16th at Red Dirt Raceway. I'm really excited to see Red Dirt. There's the classic all-star race from a few years back with Larson and Reitzel, and they're like sliding each other back and forth. The track looks like it's 18 miles wide. Watching shows like that, and then I get to go to the place, it makes me so excited. And then the plan is, hopefully if the weather's good, we're gonna shoot up north. April 19th is practice night at Knoxville. So the plan is we're gonna run this first stretch, and we're gonna be out there, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And we're going to try to stay out long enough to where we catch Knoxville starting their season on April 20th, but we'll also get that practice night on the 19th. And then the following weekend, the Outlaws roll into town April 26th and 27th, so we'll also get, that's 4 nights right there at the sprint car capital of the world. And then our final weekend of the first Midwest trip is going to be, actually I missed a date. We're going to run May 1st at 81 Speedway, a midweek high limit show, and then the plan is to shoot over to Lakeside Speedway May 3rd and 4th. We'll be there with the high limit sprint car series. And then May for us is probably going to be a little bit slower. Kind of my theory this year is like when we're racing hard, we're racing really hard, and we're running as much as we can in a short period of time. And then on some of the slower weeks, we're going to really focus on keeping our program in check and just running the shows that we really want to run, and using that time to prepare for the next big stretch of races. So we're ready to go for the big schedule we have. But we'll get back home. May 18th we'll run the Tulare Thunderbolt. May 25th we'll run Skagit, and June 1st we'll run Skagit. And then we roll into this next really big stretch of races, which makes me super excited. It is the fastest 4 days in motorsports with King of the West sprints. June 12th, Southern Oregon Speedway, my hometown track. We wanted to make sure we came back home for all this because we ran well at it last year. June 13th at Douglas County Dirt Track. June 14th, Cottage Grove Speedway. June 15th, Willamette Speedway. June 16th, Grace Harbor Raceway. Then June 17th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, we will be at Skagit, and that will be for the night before and the 3 nights of Dirt Cup. Dirt Cup, $62,000 to win, $20,000 in lap money. There's a big payday on the lineup there, and we ran 5th at that race last year. So we had that entire week circled on the calendar for the obvious reasons, but also it's going to be nice to get some laps at Roseburg, Grays Harbor, and Skagit before High Limit, and then also the Outlaws. They have that big West Coast swing at the end of the year, and they pop up at some of those tracks. So after Dirt Cup, we're probably going to have a little bit of time off, and then we're going to resume heading back to the Midwest. July 13th at Knoxville Raceway, July 16th at Attica Raceway Park, July 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th at Eldora, which is the Joker's Jackpot and the King's Royal. Shoot, I can't wait to get back to Eldora. That place was a blast. And then we're going to head July 26th to Lakeside Speedway, July 27th to Knoxville again for a weekly show, July 28th to Huset's, and all of that is building up into, well, I guess that was part of the month of money, but then the Knoxville Nationals, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, that's 360 Nationals, Nationals. August 4th is Capitani Classic. August 7th, 8th, and 9th is 410 Nationals. And then August 10th would be the final night that pays out all the money. Then we got to drive wide open back here to the West Coast. After the biggest race of the year, teams used to have a little bit more time, right, to kind of regroup, and it was the downhill part of the season, but no, not this year. Right after Knoxville, like 4 or 5 days later, we got to be at the Thunderbolt Speedway on August 15th, August 16th at King Speedway, August 17th at Placerville, followed by a 3-night show at Silver Dollar for Gold Cup, $100,000 to win, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Then we have 5 nights the following week, Douglas County Dirt Track on the 26th of August, super pumped for that, that's an hour north of the house. August 28th at Grace Harbor Raceway, and August 29th, 30th, and 31st at Skagit for another $100,000 to win. I know what you guys are thinking, this is nuts. I can't believe the amount of money out here on the West Coast, but just in general that we're racing for this season. So after those 3 weeks, High Limit, they head east, I think back to Pennsylvania. We're gonna stay out here. The following weekend is Stockton Dirt Track and King Speedway with the World of Outlaws because they roll into town. Then we got Bakersfield and Merced on the 13th and 14th. And then we have Tulare for the Roth Classic, which I think is $83,000 to win September 20th and 21st. So that West Coast swing, it's gonna be nuts. By the time you have Gold Cup for 100, and then all those other shows there's a couple 20 and 25 in there, I think, but Gold Cup for 100, Skagit for 100, the Roth for 83. I mean, someone, if they won just those 3 nights, could have almost $300,000 in winnings in 3 nights of racing, all within a month. That gets me excited for 410 sprint car racing, right? Like, what a time to be alive. So then we kind of are on the downhill stretch of our season, and we might end up adding some races in here. Races can always be added or taken away, like I said, don't forget about that. But October 5th, we're at King Speedway, and then October 19th, 20th, and 21st, we're ending our year at the Trophy Cup down at the Tulare Thunderbolt. So after we come home from Knoxville, the plan is to stay out west here. Just because there's so many races to run, we really don't need to go anywhere else. We can be a little closer to home, and this is where all the eyeballs are going to be out this way. But there it is. That's a look at our schedule. You guys finally saw it. I didn't even actually tally up how many nights it was. What someone needs to do is go through and tally up the amount of miles we are going to have to drive. That's when things get crazy, but it feels good to finally release that to you guys, and you can start making kind of your plans and follow us along for what is really going to be a big journey for us in 2024. We're building our operation to try to be able to run with the top teams in sprint car racing. And all of that is going to be captured right here on this YouTube channel and all of our other platforms because we want you guys to be there with us. You were back with us in the Outlaw Kart days and my first time in a sprint car, and then, getting an opportunity later, years later then with Shark Racing. Sometimes I think our family and myself, like, we do kind of have to stop and just realize, like, man, what all this craziness has happened and where racing has led us and the people we've gotten to meet. It's almost like a pinch yourself moment. And now we're here and we're trying to do bigger things than ever before for our team, over these next nine months. So it's going to be really exciting. Like I said, stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of sprint car content coming your way, and it's the greatest time of the year. Race season is officially here. Deuces.